Welcome to Weslaco East High School. My name is Javier Bañuelos. I'm an assistant athletic coordinator and the athletic trainer here at Weslaco East. We're here for another special day. It seems like we've had a lot lately. This makes it the 7th college signing that Weslaco East has had this year alone, which I think that's probably the most we've had in a year. So this is a great accomplishment, not only for Maddie, but also for the school. So let me start off by introducing the young lady of the hour, Madeline Quiroga. Joining Maddie at the signing table is her parents, Mrs. Elizabeth Young Quiroga and Mr. Oscar Quiroga. Other members of her family that are here are her sister, Kimberly Quiroga, and Miss Martha Gill. I also want to take this time to name some other important members of the school. Our principal, Melissa Crink. Faculty member, Mr. Joe Ramos. Our athletic coordinator, Coach Mike Burgett. So at this time, I want to turn it over to her head wrestling coach, Coach Marcus Bowen.
Okay, here we go. Once again, welcome. I want to welcome the Weslaco East community, coaches, athletes, family, and friends for Maddie's college signing to Emory Henry College in Virginia. Emory Henry College is a private liberal arts college in Emory, Virginia. Pretty scenery. Campus comprised of 335 acres in Washington County, which is a part of the Appalachian Highlands, Southwest Virginia. The school was founded in 1836. Emory Henry College is the oldest institution of higher learning in Southwest Virginia. I want to start by thanking several people. First and foremost, I would like to thank Coach Burgett. You know, without him and Coach Javi this year, we didn't know if we were going to have a season because of COVID. And we really didn't get the go until probably 1 or 2 days before the season. So, you know, with all the excitement, you know, COVID, parents, athletes, the community was real reluctant on, you know, even having a season because it's a contact sport. But nonetheless, we made it work. I also want to thank Madeline, something else, incredible. I want to thank her for coming out. I mean, she has doubts. She had a lot of doubts this wrestling season about even wrestling. So just to get her to the mat, it took some work. It took some work. I also want to thank her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Quiroga. You know, there were a lot of calls today. There were a lot of calls to Dad, you know, all great calls. And, you know, sometimes in sport, you have to let the athlete decide what they want to do. You know, no matter how you try to, I don't want to say sell a program, you let the athlete decide, is it going to be a go or no go? You know, and I'm glad it was a go. You know, from the first time, you know, I ever saw her on the mat, I knew she was college material. And I wasn't even at the school yet, you know. I would also, I want to thank the coaches, Coach Longoria. Please stand, please. Coach Martinez. Without them and their help, there wouldn't have been no season. Great guys, great. They were great with the kids, and that I really liked. Now, about the, I cannot forget this here. You know, going to check grades, going into the teachers' classrooms, you know, just mentioning Maddie, the teachers' faces would light up. And I had no clue. Yes. Hey, I want to say kudos to Weslaco East high school and the teachers, a job well done. We can give them an applause, please. The first time I ever saw Maddie on the wrestling mat, I was coaching at another high school. It just so happened, it was at the LaGuardia tournament, and we were wrestling south in the gym, and just, you had two wrestlers, really battling it out. And to me, and I still tell it to this day, that was the greatest high school match of that year to me. It was, two competitors going at it. It was awesome. So, coming here to Weslaco East, taking over the wrestling program, she was one of the first wrestlers that I sought out, So, like I said, I'm glad that you chose to wrestle. Here we go here. Here's some more things about Maddie. Maddie's very organized, very goal-oriented. Every time we could get her into the wrestling room, it was like, let's go. Let's go. Always 100%. Never 90, never 80. And, everything with excellence. That's Maddie. That's Maddie. Maddie was a 3-time state qualifier over her career at Weslaco East. Maddie was a 4-time regional qualifier. District winner-up 4 times. And we've had some incredible wrestlers in our district. Some incredible wrestlers. Incredible wrestlers. This season, Maddie finished 8-3. You talking about work ethic. She paved the way to her scholarship. So it just goes to show, I don't care where you start, it doesn't matter. You put great work in, someone's going to honor it. And she's being honored today as a result of that. So we can give her a clap here, please. Now, I think the most important stat of the day would be Maddie's grades, A student. Far few in between. You don't get too many scholar athletes that can do it in the classroom, can do it on the mat, and also in the workforce. And that to me, it's even more awesome that, even as a full-time worker, she was getting this done. I think she deserves another applause. I'm going to close here in a moment, but I would like to read 2 mission statements. I'll conclude with Emory Henry's mission statement, but first I'm going to read the Weslaco East mission statement and vision statement. So mission statement. As the right choice, I'm glad you came here. Weslaco ISD delivers a complete educational experience grounded in creativity, synergy, problem solving, critical thinking that develops long life learners, confident leaders, and engage in citizenship. It was, to me, when you go to a wrestling event, it's always awesome to watch all the wrestlers get together and talk and work together. That's citizenship right there. And Maddie was always the life of the mat. Yes. Now, our vision statement, Weslaco ISD inspires and empowers all students to reach the full unique potential so that each thrives in and contributes to our global community. Now, at the end, you're going to see how this ties in to the college's mission statement. I believe that Maddie is going to go a long way. Why? Because of her work ethic and how she hits the books in the classroom. And I also think if you really pursue, the mat will take you a long way. Maybe one of these days you'll hold up a flag and have that medal, you'll have that medal around your neck, right? So here we go. In closing, here's Emory Henry's College mission statement. Emory Henry College is a intercollegiate athletic program, prepares students to live, for life, for services, productive career, and global citizenship by instilling them in traits that serve the foundation for achieving success. I think that Weslaco East High School and the teaching staff, coaching staff, and the community has done a great job. We believe that there's nothing more powerful than a humble person with a servant's heart and a warrior spirit who plays for a higher purpose. Like I said, Maddie in the wrestling room, when she would come in, she was like a coach on the mat. And especially for all of the younger or first-year wrestlers coming in, she was always so incredible, always teaching. Global leader. We embrace the blue-collar ethic that reflects of a transformative experience that allows student athletes to grow intellectually, philosophically, spiritually, and morally. Your work is going to transcend the sport. So you understand, you're going to meet so many people and go meet so many places just because of who you are. They develop leaders to exhibit the gold standard of excellence in all areas of their lives and are prepared to answer the call to lead, serve, contribute to, and change the world. So in a nutshell, both of those mission statements sound the same. They sound the same. So I know a college is going to get a great young lady ready to take on the world. Maddie, I am so proud of you, and I want to thank you so much. Let's give her a round of applause here.
We're very fortunate as high school administrators and teachers that we get to watch the future develop in front of us. You know, students walk in the building as freshmen and, you know, you kind of get an outline of the person they're going to be, but then as they grow through 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, you see that shadow start to fill in till they're ready to leave us, and they're not completely filled in yet, but you've got a pretty good picture of what that's going to be. And I think that the Maddie that is leaving us is really going to make us all proud whenever she goes out there. I think she's very well prepared for college, and we've mentioned that she's an excellent, student here at Weslaco East and an excellent athlete. And I think she's got the discipline that you have to have for yourself when you're going away to college, because nobody's there to do it for you. You've got to be self-disciplined enough to get it done. So she's all that we can ask kids to be. In terms of the student, the athlete, and the person. I've never had Maddie come up to talk to me whenever she wasn't bubbly and excited and lifts your spirits whether you wanted them lifted or not that day, so to speak. But very, very great to have there. And I just want to say to her parents, and Dr. Gamboa usually references this, thank you for letting us have her for the 4 years, and for us to have the experience of having her be here and be a Wildcat and representing that so very well. So thank you.
I've been here 16 years. I've been through a lot of signings, and I mean a lot. 7 this year. I can't even tell you in those 16 years how many college signings we've had with young men, young ladies going off to college. You're probably looking at, by far, pound for pound, the toughest athlete that we've had at Weslaco East. I've seen her on the mat. I've talked to her in person. She's aggressive. When she wants to get something done, you can see her attitude. You can see her want to. She's going to be great in college. I know she's going to represent her mom and dad, her family, and everybody here at Weslaco East. And I'll guarantee you she's going to be successful. She is goal-driven. And I want to thank you for coming to Weslaco East like everyone else has, and especially have enjoyed watching you grow up to be the person you are. Thank you very much. Now, saying that, let's hear some words from her.
Hello, I am Madeline Quiroga. Today I will be signing at Emory and Henry College on a full-ride scholarship. When I was told I had to write a speech, I had no clue on what I was going to say until, of course, yesterday. Mama raised no quitter, but she did raise a procrastinator. With that being said, I want to thank my mom first and foremost. To start off, she is the reason why I was a 4-year varsity wrestler and a 4-year varsity team captain. The fact that not only her, but my dad also knew I would be successful and all the sacrifices would have been worth it. Although there are days where I can't stand my parents for being so hard on me, I did the mature thing and told God why I was raised by two lunatics. Also, a huge shout out to my annoying siblings that I love so much. Thank you guys for fighting the refs for me. I also want to thank my boyfriend and his family, especially his mom, for telling me what I needed to hear and not what I wanted to hear. All of you pushed me to be the best I could possibly be, whether it's on or off the mat. For all my teachers who are with me today, the amount of faith you guys had in me was a feeling I cannot describe. Thank you for all believing in me, especially this one teacher, which I won't mention because I know who they are. Yet there are three unspoken things I want to mention. The first happens to be you. Yeah, you, hard work. Man, I hated you. I hated you so much I would come up with any excuse not to hang out with you. Everywhere I went, you followed me. I hated how I took a step forward and you were still ahead of me. But now, because of you, I know that my only opponent is myself, and I know that hard work does pay off, and it's not just a silly saying that I thought all adults told me to get the best out of me. Thank you, bud. See you at the gym later today. Second, my wonderful coaches. But there is one coach in particular I want to talk about, and that happens to be Coach Marcus Bowen. You helped me and supported me doing other activities, even if it meant wrestling wasn't my #1 priority anymore. And in all honesty, when I acknowledged that, all I wanted to do was wrestle for you. Thank you, Coach Bowen, for saving a meaningful part of my life. You will never be forgotten. Also, shout out to Coach Brown for keeping my head in check and telling me to stick to wrestling and not these other sports I wanted to use me. Since my freshman year, he always knew I would be the first ever wrestler here in Weslaco East High School to wrestle in the collegiate level on a full ride. Lastly, the most important thank you of all, I want to thank my Heavenly Father for making all of this possible. I want to thank Him for not letting me get injured throughout my 13 years of wrestling and for always being there for me on my lowest points. I trust the path that He has blessed with me. Every time before I shake my opponent's hand, I'll kneel down to make sure the Lord knows I wrestle with the strength that He provides for me and that I'll continue to wrestle in His name and only His name. Thank you all for coming out and taking the time out of your busy lives to be here with me today. Now it's time to close this chapter and head towards the new one. Weslaco East 128ers signing out.
Y ahora camarero.
Thank you, all of you guys, for coming. Everybody.
Gracias. Thank you.